Minute video, that's not really a great start, but here we are, and let's talk about steps to a human future. And I think I need to start off with talking about why that's important. I'd like all of you to just sit down for a minute and think about life around us: homelessness, poverty, traffic, road rage, um, the opportunities of jobs that just don't seem to exist anymore, education, student debt, and all of these things. But instead of looking at them like news blasts where they're talking about one thing and one thing and one thing, I'd like you to just connect the dots. And when you start connecting the dots, you realize that there is a crisis at hand, and humanity is suffering for what seems to be this machine of movement toward gathering wealth for very few and fewer rights for the people, um, lies being told by everybody, and dots never being connected so that we just think that it's an overwhelming mass. And I want to tell you that, well, first, that I don't have a magic wand and I can't wave the wand and make this end in like a sitcom in 30 minutes, but together we can change the future. We can reprogram this toxic AI type of entity that is controlling our lives and has been for thousands of years. I strongly suggest you read Ishmael by Daniel Quinn, two ends, to kind of get a perspective of how we got here. Or you can attend the workshops, which you will find on our website, www.reseco.org. Okay, so steps to a human future. First step, we need to overcome our reticence to work together, which is made even harder by the post-COVID embracing of isolation. And, the fear makes it way easier to just embrace that isolation and not go anywhere, not do anything, to be insular and about us. Well, to make it about us, we really have to understand that it's about all of us, not just us individually. And so one of the things we work on, and the very first step toward a more human future and being able to change things, is to connect with our neighbors, as scary as that is. And as much as the curmudgeon on the corner that you don't like, um, and don't want to talk to, you might be surprised what you find out if you get to know the person. And I understand this is a huge challenge. I mean, we all have this reticence to talk to our neighbors and get to know each other. The neighborhood and communities, as they are human, we are humanly wired to exist with, don't exist right now because we've been offered virtual opportunities to meet the community needs that don't really meet anything. We are more isolated than we have ever been, and it's a time when we need to come together. We don't need to come together under politics. We don't need to come together under religion. Matter of fact, that's the antithesis of coming together. We need to come together under humanity, to realize that we have far more in common than we have different. This series of podcasts, short as they are going to talk about that. They're going to talk about ways to come together. At some point, I will probably shift into doing a light version of the workshops during this process. But right now, for this particular video, I want you thinking about connecting all of the dots instead of looking at them as overwhelming individual crises. Because once you see that it's all connected, you can start seeing how to solve it. And now you'll hear me say this again and again and again in all of the writing and everything else we do. There is no one right way. The right way for us to become human is to engage with each other and recognize that we each bring something unique and individual to the table, and that we are blocked by our own filters and experiences within our life, and we have to learn to overcome them. And to engage with others who we see as different from us. We have lots and lots of ways of othering each other and putting each other in boxes and labeling each other so that we don't have to be bothered with actually getting to know each other. We need to overcome this. And that is a lot of what we will be talking about in this process. But in order to change the world, we have to think of ourselves as puzzle pieces, much like the logo up above. Sorry, this is still getting used to the mirroring effect. We are puzzle pieces. Now, Resilient Ecosystems and the Resiliency Project, specifically the Kitsap Resiliency Project, is striving to put edges around the puzzle. But we need you to bring your pieces of the puzzle to the table so that we can start learning who each other are and start developing that picture of a human future that will be inclusive of many things and very diverse and will allow us to thrive into the future together. Not one person thriving and the rest of us trying to, miss the boot heel kicking us down. This is all of us together learning how to thrive. And I think you'll find that together we gain more by giving a little bit less, but giving a little bit. So that's the end of this program for today. I hope you join us for future programs. I'm going to try and get these out every Monday right about the same time. But the schedule of trying to get things together is for the overall project is a little daunting sometimes. And there will be other people speaking as well, the other board members, the other members of the teams, and hopefully you'll get a lot out of it. I do want to point out that we have an event coming up, Stone Soup, on February 9th at 6 p.m. at the West Side Improvement Club in West Bremerton off of National and E. It's Stone Soup is a story I recommend you all get to know. You will see a podcast about it closer to the time. It is going to be a remarkable event. Cost of admission is bringing something for the soups. And don't forget to bring your bowl and your spoon. And we will be preparing soups and we'll be serving them. We will be having, we have tables being set up to talk about community gardening, about renewable energy. We're trying to get some special guests there to talk about specific projects in Kitsap County that will boost what we're doing and coordinate with what we're doing. So please think about coming. Again, that's February 9th at 6 p.m., Westside Improvement Club. The name of the event is Stone Soup. You have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will see you next Monday.